Namaste and a very warm welcome to the Nationalist Madarasi. Today we have a very special guest with us. Mr. Ajeet Bharti is joining with us, and exclusively we are trying to do it in complete English podcast. We all know that he is very eloquent and fluent in Hindi. By the way, he did his undergrads in English literature, if I'm not wrong, Ajeet
Yeah.
ji. So he is very eloquent and fluent in English also. So today we will try to bring him uh, to the English audience, and we will try to explore his views in English. Thank you, Ajit ji, so much for your presence in our podcast. I hope you will enjoy it, and we will discuss much and more topics within the realm of the Indian politics and as well as the Operation Sindhur in detail.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, and I extend my warm wishes for your channel and thank my new audience.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Ji, what is your take on Operation Sindoor? We will start with that, then we will delve into the local issues and which is in and around our country. Operation Sindoor will deal with the social and political issues, and in angle of that, in relation to that, we will deal about that. So, what is your take on Operation Sindoor, and you're one person who has some like critics, who is about a critic of Modi, he should do many things together. So, in your view, what is Operation Sindoor all about? And we will talk about, we'll deal about it and discuss, I mean, in detail.
Operation Sindhur was a retaliation for whatever happened in Pahalgaon. 26 people were killed, and because of their identity, that is, they were Hindu, and their wives and kids were left out of it. And it was a messaging from their side that anybody who is not of our faith or who comes in the way of our Gajwa Hind or Pakistan's policy as per India, so we are going to not only eliminate them but send them a message as well how much we hate them. That was the core of it, and they have been doing it repeatedly for the last 75, 80 odd years since their existence. So when they did this, everybody started pushing our government that we need to do something immediately. But as we all know, these things, when military is involved or you have to do some kind of surgical strike or airstrike, you need a lot of planning. It is not, our emotions can be knee-jerk that no, we need to crush them, wipe Pakistan off the map. But even for wiping Pakistan off the map, it is not that our troops are on standby, our jets are on standby, and they just need a go ahead that you go and bomb Pakistan. It is not like that. They have their own radars, they have their own advanced warning systems, airborne equipment. So they will detect it if you are going to do anything that is adventurous and unplanned. So India waited, India started planning for it, and they took out their, I think, 9 terror launch pads and killed around 130 plus terrorists. Among them were 14 members of Maulana Masood Azim. And even that, if you see from the perspective of just numbers 26 and 130, and of course those who did Palgao, they won't be spared either. Because destroying the terror launch pads and killing the terrorists who are already there and who we have knowledge about, it is easier part. Easier, not militarily it is easier, but easier than finding those 4 individuals who carried out the attack. So just recently we heard that the guy is responsible for 2006, 2008 and 2004 attacks on India, terror attacks. They were killed during Operation Sindhu time. Means it was a different operation, but unknown gunmen killed them. So those 4 terrorists are marked for life from our RNAW or from our military's perspective. But to destroy 130 of their terrorists and destroying their training centers, which will take them a while to build because it is already a cash-strapped economy. They are not doing pretty well, and international community is also watching this. That you are claiming, Pakistan is claiming that we have an anti-terror policy and we are also a victim of terrorism. But the fact that you are giving them homes, you are harboring them, you are giving them military training. Your military personnel and political people are attending their funeral. That means you are hand in gloves with them.
Okay.
So,
State-sponsored
yeah.
terrorism.
So even with 130 plus terrorists killed and 9 of their huge terror bases and markers and masjids were destroyed, it was enough. We can call it a good revenge. But again, 26 Indians are not equal to 130 Pakistanis. 26 Indian might not be equal to 26,000 Pakistanis.
Exactly.
Because we are a different people. They are a different people. They have this jihad and terrorism and lot of other things on mind which are fundamentally negative and fundamentally uh, inherently against our very own existence, because we are kafir for them. We are Hindus.
Okay.
And here we are Indians who are going by, doing our things, going to our jobs, going on vacations, celebrating with family and all. We are not indulged in, planning for terror attack on other nations or teaching our kids how to hold an AK. So we cannot equate that.
Exactly.
130. But then even 130 is good enough, and our government would have convinced us that we have avenged them, and
Temporarily.
meanwhile we will keep looking for the culprits. Our government told them that we are not going to, we haven't attacked your military bases. We have not done any military action inside your territory. You are telling that you are against terrorists, and we kill them for you, in a way. So you should not be retaliating or escalating it. But Pakistan, being Pakistan, they escalated it. They sent swarms of drones, and then the next day they sent even a missile towards Delhi, which was neutralized in Sirsa, Haryana. So Indian military, they knew that they are going to do
Something.
things. Yeah.
When Shahbaz Sharif told that we were about to strike and India strike there around 4:30 with the BrahMos.
He said that we were waiting for our Fajr ki Nawaz, and we were planning to attack them, but India sent their BrahMos. So India then, it was their, in a way, plan B. If Pakistan doesn't listen, then we are going to show them what we are capable of. So they sent their cheap drones and all. Most of their drones were neutralized electronically, they were jammed, and those which were not jammable per se, they were neutralized by our artillery guns, and then some bigger missiles they sent. It was killed by our Akash, and then I think S-400 was also
400.
used. Then India obviously attacked their 11, 12 of their air force bases, including their nuclear weapons depot, which they have denied. Obviously, they will keep denying it because it is as such. So this was overall Operation Sindhur, which has been paused, and I think.
Do you think this is the right way to deal Pakistan? Because we have sent buses in our past and we have tried to maintain our relationship. But do you think this is the exact way to deal with Pakistan?
See, what Pakistan does and what India has been doing, Pakistan has exhausted our goodwill. And you might have heard the story of Sadhu and the scorpion. Scorpion was, being washed away in floods and in the river. So this Sadhu took it in his hands to save its life. But scorpion, being scorpion, it bit him, and it jumped out. Then again he took it in his hand, and It happened 3 4 times. Then someone was watching him, one of his shishya or someone. So he said, "Why are you repeatedly saving its life?" He says, "Scorpion's swabhav. It's in his nature to bite. But I, being a sadhu, it's in my nature to save lives."
Okay.
So it is almost, you can say, you can apply this to India, because we are not driven by some stupid ideology of jihad that none else should exist on the face of the earth, and we should keep striving to either make them all Muslims, or if they deny, take taxes from them, or if they deny giving taxes, then we are going to kill them all. So it's their ideology, and it was the foundation of Pakistan. India's foundation is much more stronger. So India keeps on, means there is 1% of hope that it might be that it might just be their military or political class which is indulging in this kind of stupid stuff, and maybe people will see through them and realize the truth that they don't have wheat to eat or water to drink. uh, so we keep on giving them second chances. Here as well, I think, as far as I know and have read about military aspect of it, Pakistan wouldn't have survived 2 days of attack.
Exactly, exactly.
India would have crippled them. Our navy did not do anything. It was just on standby in Arabian Sea. Rajnath Singh just visited yesterday on INS Vikrant, and he told that you will get your chance to do the same. So, pausing emotionally, obviously, as Indians, we think we should kill them all and wipe them all. But there is 1% of chance that they are nuclear armed, and they are irresponsible entities. They are terrorists in uniforms. So, India just, you know, shies away to keep its own population safe. And we, being Indians, uh, we might criticize our government that no, 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 let 20 crore of us die, but wipe out Pakistan. It's very easy to say, but 20 crore is a huge population, and uh, it is not that if that is the only choice, then I will die happily. Or Indians might face death, like let's say Hiroshima or Nagasaki happened. You won't even realize that you are dead. You just die when nuclear strikes happen. So they might die, but those who will be going in bunkers, the leaders, they won't be able to answer themselves what they have achieved from this. So from that point of view, I think 1% chance of that stupid, irresponsible neighbor, we are letting them go. We are just telling them that we can destroy you. We know where you keep your arsenal. We can kill you at will.
Whenever we want it.
Yeah. And we have not even started. We have not even warmed up. We have not even rolled our sleeves. So I think we should take it. And as far as pausing the Operation Sindhur goes, we must realize that it is not just about, airstrike, surgical strike, and then hitting them deep 300 kilometers inside the territory. The next level will be something else. It might be Balochistan. So it might not be military aspect of Operation Sindhur. It might be very, very wide thing that doesn't feature in our own imaginations. We have been, because Ajit Doval, I think he was telling that one misadventure by Pakistan in next time, and they will lose Balochistan. So it might be in the timeline. So it's a pause. They are waiting for Pakistan to do something stupid, and then something else will happen.
Okay. Since this Operation Sindhur, you mentioned about the surgical strike also. There has been a recent news that Congress has also done surgical strikes during their tenure. So what's your take on that? Because they have released, I think, a 2 to 3 minutes video also somewhere in 2014, somewhere in 2012. We don't know that, but they seems to be releasing what a graphic video. So what is your take on that?
No, see, it is not that our armed forces did not cross LOC,
Exactly.
but surgical strike is a completely different thing.
Mm.
Crossing the LOC, 100 meters. You cross, you kill, and return. That is not surgical strike. That is almost everyday adventure for forward post. Not every day, but they do it.
Mm.
They do it here and there. They did it in, I think, Myanmar border before Uri strikes happened. So
With the help of government, I think.
yeah. So they keep on doing these things. So uh, Congress's definition of surgical strike is different from what armed forces thinks. I think um, even when they claim that they had done several surgical strikes, there was an army person. I just saw the video today itself, and obviously in 2016 as well. They said that there was no surgical strike prior to September.
Even Manmohan Singh said that.
Yeah.
Let on record.
So if you say that our army men firing into their territory is surgical strikes, so obviously they do it every day. But RTI reveals that there was no such thing as surgical strikes prior to that.
Hmm.
And leave that all aside. What did you do after 26/11? 26. What did you do? Our Air Force was on standby. They were waiting for orders. They could avenge it. So you did not do anything just because of vote bank politics. You could have done. And it is not that Manmohan Singh had to go and fight. You just had to say, yes, let's do this. The way Modi did. And it was not Modi that who had a gun in his hand or he was shooting down drones. No, he just said, our chief, that it is your area of expertise. You plan, and whatever support you want, that is all provided to you. You don't have to worry about it. So Rahul Gandhi means, despite saying that I am not politicizing it, he is very much doing politics over it, because he doesn't have to show anything on security aspect, neither internal nor external. So all he can do is cry over it and claim that, oh no, we did it first. They are also pushing Indira Gandhi's 1971 war narrative, but they shy away from sharing the fact that 93,000 of our prisoners of war were just given away.
Free
There
of.
might be at least, I think, half of their army at that time. So you could have taken POK back in exchange. What about 54 of our officers, about whom India has not got any closer, whatever, till date? What happened to them? Are they alive or are they dead? They might be alive, because 25 years of age, and it's just 55 years. So 50 years. So 54 years. So they might be alive, 75 years of age, 80 years of age. They might be languishing in Rawalpindi jail or Karachi jail or Lahore jail or whatever.
We don't have any idea about.
We don't know. And neither the government is, means they were never serious about retrieving their information.
Understood. I'll come back to that Indra part especially. What was the media's role, Ajit? Because you were closely watching what is happening, but there has been some. Did we fight the narrative correctly? Because from the government side, also from the Indian media side, also, and I think some news came that Indian Air Force jets have been strike down on the early morning of 7th, when the Operation Sindhur was started, with no exact details or with no exact proof. I think some of the media, even I think Rajdeep Sardesai would have quoted like this kind of things have happened. What was the media's role? How did the media act accordingly? Did they act based on their ethics? And secondly, did we fight the narrative in a right manner? Did we fought the narrative in a right manner this time? What is your take on that?
As far as the jet downing story goes, it was the Hindus journalist.
Exactly.
So
Rajdeep shared that on WhatsApp.
there was a photograph of some jet part, and 99.9% of us, we don't know how jets behave, how jets.
Exactly.
We just know how jets look. It is made of, say, weapons grade aluminum or whatever alloy or something like that. So whatever silver kind of things or aluminum colored things fall down from sky, we think it was a jet shot down. It was fuselage, means fuel tank. It is disposable in several jets. So it was dropped because you need to drop extra weight sometimes when you are in combat situation. So it was found somewhere. So photographs were taken and it was publicized as India lost, its jets. So instead of celebrating what India did in the intervening night of 6th and 7th of May, our media, especially not all of the media, but the usual suspects, they were busy looking for such stories. They have always been busy looking for such stories where India can be shown as a defeated nation, or we have lost
In a weaker position.
yeah, we have lost more than what we gained, or whatever we are drumming up about our victory, or things we did to Pakistan. It was looped up, so everybody lapped up, started tweeting about it, and within an hour or so, fact checks came in, because uh, there are many veterans who know how things work, and they know. So even army or air force PR personnel, they didn't have to do any fact check. People did the fact check, because that is the nature of social media. Now on the narrative part, I'll speak on it in two ways. One part is our mainstream media. Mainstream media's narrative war came on, I think, ninth night, when Karachi captured, Lahore destroys, these kind of things started, pouring on.
We were like using Pakistan in the Twitter itself.
Yeah. So people started criticizing it by the morning, that this is irresponsible journalism, it is too much of jingoistic narrative and all. But being from media itself, I know why these kind of narratives on that particular day was done and should be done again. Because those who don't know how Pakistan panicked watching this all, because a person living in Lahore would not know what is happening in Karachi. There is blackout, there might not be internet access, or till the time you verify, you have already been in a panic situation. And it was late in the night. So India's or Indian media's purpose for doing such things, and it was aided by social media as well. In social media, we always claim that right wing is not, cohesive, or there is no central command structure that guides them to put things out in the world cohesively at one point in time, that somebody says that these are the pointers and we need to tweet about it. But whenever it is a question or a subject of nationalism, these scattered individuals, be it me, you, or somebody else, they start tweeting from their own positions without any kind of guidance. So that scattered but organic narrative, aided by mainstream media, and that is this Indian mainstream media on which Pakistan relies heavily for information, be it Barkhadat in Kargil, be it NDTV and other channels, 4-day live broadcast of live operations in 26/11.
I think IC 814 hijack. Do you have that hijack also?
Oh, they rely on in media. Yeah, they never thought that Indian media would cheat them in this way. And there is one thing that it was started by some person that we need to lie about it. We need to send them in panic. So there has to be a limit to it. But seeing the TRPs or viewership going upwards, they did not know when to stop. So from narrative point of view, it started well, but it went in a typical ridiculous Indian mainstream media way. So that you can argue upon, was it good or bad, but being from media and watching how social media narrative works, I am with Indian media on that particular topic. I can debate on the condition of Indian media, and I can talk very much negative about it. But in this particular instance, I am with media. Whatever they did, the intended purpose was achieved, to send panic in Pakistan. So, and the second part of your question, uh, where are we on narrative war front? See, to
Pakistan still celebrates
yeah, yeah,
after we were bombing the rival air bases.
yeah, yeah. So one thing is, their people believe in them because they are fed these kinds of information from multiple sources, be it TV, social media. Their general level officers are lying through the teeth. Their Navy chiefs or DGISP they are lying completely. They send their defense minister and other people on television to lie about it. So create a lie, tell it 1,000 times, and it becomes the truth. Joseph Goebbels, I think, said that. So they are relying on that. And in the international arena, Pakistan has nicely invested into their narrative war. They pay foreign journalists through their embassies. There are several programs conducted.
Definitely.
And they pay foreign correspondents who are in Pakistan as well. So locally, whatever they are fed, they oblige the Pakistani government, and internationally, they always take pro-Pakistan stance. So there they win. India has not invested anything into narrative or informational warfare. I think today itself, CDS General Chauhan, he said that 15% of Indian Army's time while the operations were going on, it was dedicated to fighting the narrative. Like news is propaganda from Pakistan. So you should not be saying that. There has to be a dedicated place, dedicated team of individuals who are well versed with these kind of warfare, cyber and narrative, and they should not only be defending or cutting through the propaganda, but also pushing their own propaganda on that side of the border or in the internet. So this is a complete and utter failure from our side, and the worst part is we are not waking up from it. We are too shy about saying no, 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 how can we lie about it? It is a very moral and simplistic kind of approach, in a world where these things are, I think, mainstay for uh, nations which are in conflict or planning for wars or planning for bleeding through thousand cuts kind of thing.
Got it. Got it. Apart from mainstream media, I would like to ask you about the various social media handles who are sitting in India and tweeting against Operation Sindhur, against the Indian interest. It is not about the BJP government, it is against the Indian interest, I would say. And they do that apart from, they do this for, well, I can name several handles like be it Dururati or be it Zubair or be it Arfa. Their routine is like this only. They spread lies about India, they spread lies about the government, so and so. But when we are in a war situation, they acted so weirdly, so anti-nationally, we can say. And we can, there are much more Ravish, there are much more handles or much more personalities who are doing such things. We have been named the zero point 0.5 front. Like we are fighting a battle with Pakistan, and the zero point 0.5 front is also battling towards the side of Pakistan, we can say. There has been for the first 2 days there has been de-escalation tweets which was coming in, and the last day it was like India needs Indra, like some kind of such tweets were also coming in. What is your take, especially on this event? Like for first 2 days, de-escalate, and then India needs Indra.
Mm. No, even before the first 2 days, they were baying for blood. They were, they thought that Modi is not going to do anything about it. So they were pushing Modi. Why are we not avenging them? These are the individuals. They are claiming that no, Modi is weak. Modi can't do anything. Modi just let the terrorists get away from India. Uh, ये जुमलाबाज है. No, Modi is just, pata hua dul and all kinds of stuff. And as I said earlier, that these things need planning, and planning has to be completely perfect. Our weapon systems might be down. We might lose a jet or two, or even five. Let's believe in that Pakistani propaganda. That
What happens is there will be some losses.
so there has to be some losses. But did we lose any personnel? No. That is the official step.
Exactly.
On losing some equipments, he said that DG operations, he said that no, we are in a war-like situation and there will be losses. So he did not deny it. So I believe that we might have lost a jet or two. I don't know. Might be we didn't lose anything. Who knows? But then when they were pushing towards it, they did not realize that how bad it can get for Pakistan. And if you look at Modi and how he has responded to these situations, the proportion of destructions has increased every time. Surgical strike was limited. Airstrike was bigger than that. And
Operation Sindhur
is
is much bigger.
it is huge. Uh, given the fact that Pakistan is nuclear armed.
Exactly. We hit
And,
a nuclear base itself.
killing some terrorists they can tolerate, but destroying their air bases, destroying their equipments, almost $5 billion worth, destroying their jets sitting in the hangar itself. They did not get a chance to go airborne. So that means a lot. It was completely and hugely disproportionate response. They did not, the leftists in India did not expect that.
Okay.
And they are either on payroll, they are being paid, or just, being Muslim or being leftist. They hate Modi so much. Their hatred started from Modi, then it turned into anti-Bhajpa, then it turned into anti-RSS and Bhajpa, then it has turned into anti-Hindu and ultimately into anti-India. So their hatred had also escalated as time passed. So now they are like Pakistan will be destroyed if India keeps on pushing for it. So when India started doing the Air Force base and all, they were like, no, de-escalate. No, war doesn't win you anything. Everybody loses in a war. There are kids dying. Even our side, we lost, I think, 16 people in pool sector.
Kuch.
So we did lose our individuals.
Mm.
So they started crying for it. So either you should have stayed silent, or you should have said that, okay, terrorists kill them, India should kill the terrorist. But you were like, why Pakistan off the map? You were challenging Modi for it. And when Modi started, suddenly de-escalate, de-escalate, de-escalate on everything started happen. Then India did a pause to Operation Sindhur after Pakistan begged for it, because Pakistan, for first 2 days, they did not do anything. They were in attacking mode. They thought we can, handle it.
Mm.
We have superior F-16s and all. So they thought they can handle it. India used decoy drones to send electronic and radar signatures, that of Sukhoi and Rafale, and it was like $1,000 or so, very cheap equipments, and their systems were engaged this side, and India sent its BrahMos and other missiles. I think Scalp and Hunter, or I don't know the names. So we we showed them their place,
Mm.
and then these individuals started to realize, or maybe their handlers told them, that you should drum up the narrative of de-escalation. So you should talk about de-escalation, and our DJMO will call India. And he called at 3:15 p.m. on 10th, I think. And they threw the white towel that we need to de-escalate and we need truce. And it was achieved. The truce was achieved, and Operation Sindhur was paused. And suddenly their tone was, oh, everybody is not Indira Gandhi, and उसके लिए दम होना चाहिए, and she divided Pakistan in two parts. So uh, I- I'm not going to say they exposed themselves, because they are already exposed.
Exposed.
So a
Right.
naked person cannot go more naked.
Okay.
So
Mm.
it's like that. Yeah.
Understood. Understood. Uh, POK. Since you mentioned Balochistan, POK is categorically we have in the map it is our part, but administratively it is in under the Pakistan's government. What will be the chances to get back uh, POK? Because that might be the ultimate aim of the present government, and even Prime Minister, while he was addressing the nation, he told that if it is going to be talks with Pakistan, it is going to be on terror and on POK only. I think this is the very first time he's been mentioning POK in a very open statement after the election manifesto. So, what are the chances? What do you think we'll get back? How do you think we'll get back the POK, sir?
I think means it's it has more to do with geopolitics, which is not my subject, but
Mm,
just I'll tell you my
mm,
feelings about it.
mm, mm,
Uh, I think it won't be taken militarily. Not that India cannot do that.
mm, mm,
India can do it any given day. But I think Pakistan will be forced to cede it. India will create a situation for them diplomatically or by backdoor negotiations. Maybe India will make them bend their knees, and they might say, you can do, one or two strikes here and there, so that it might look like that you put up a fight about it, but you should give it away. You should give it away. So this is the way I think it can be done. Or maybe next misadventure from Pakistan, and India might, you know, even in Operation Sindhur, Indians did not cross the border. Our weapons did, our missiles, that crossed the border and achieved the desired result. But if you have to take the territory back, you have to put boots on the ground. So that is a completely a different kind of situation. To do that, see, Indus Water Treaty is going to play a very, very big role into it. So India might negotiate it, that, okay, we will give you water, but you give us something back. Or India might make it very tough for Pakistan to deal with Balochistan by providing them arms and other kind of supports. They claim that 30% of territory is under their control. BLA's control. So they might create a situation on that front so harsh that it is not in their control anymore to deal with it nicely. So they might ask India, or India can ask that you vacate this side and we'll let you have it. There are some things which are not said or spoken out in the open, but if Prime Minister is claiming this, if Defense Minister is claiming this, and it is not an off-the-cuff remark that you are just speaking and out of Josh, he spoke POK bhi le lenge. No, he was reading from a prepared speech. So that means those words were written purposefully. That means there has to be a planning behind it. So when Prime Minister or Defense Minister speaks about it repeatedly, that means something is cooking. Not today, not tomorrow, not this year, but within 5-10 years, I think that will be doable.
Got it. Got it. Got it. We'll talk about other topics as well. Before that, um, Jyoti Malhotra case and being part of an Indian community, and she travels often to Pakistan. She promotes Pakistan in a soft power manner because I think that was her agenda, and that was she was actually paid for. And there are many YouTubers who are arrested for speaking. For spying for Pakistan, actually, we can say. What is the way forward for all these things? Because this we don't know what is the big picture in Jyoti Malhotra's case. Some even say there is a big picture apart from this, and she was closely moving with the Pakistan embassy in Delhi, and she's frequent traveler to Pakistan, and she also traveled to Palgam in that instance. So what is the future case that these things can be stopped, because all our security agents are active, and we also have some sources, but this kind of a soft power, like at the end of the day, it gives an uh, weaker image to the rest of the world as well. Like, look, your person is there, someone who is doing work for Pakistan. So what is the way to stop all these kind of activities?
See, at first, it is a failure by our government that we could not identify them before Pahalgaon happened. It is the job of why I was saying that this government has not even started on narrative and informational warfare front, because digital space is one of the big aspects of any kind of conflict that we are having with, be it Pakistan or China or Bangladesh, our neighbors. So when you don't have that kind of infrastructure, you are not going to put a tab on certain individuals that you are saying, oh, these guys are visiting Pakistan. They just have 100,000, subscriber on YouTube. What is their purpose, and how many times are they visiting, and what kind of stuff they are putting out? So these had to be earmarked. And there was only one Hindu, Jyoti Malhotra, which I think has converted to Islam. Other than that, there were 6 Christians and Muslims, mainly 12 Muslims, I think.
But only one name.
Yeah, only one name pops up. Yeah. So see the power of their informational narrative. That we are discussing only Jyoti Malhotra and not other 15 individuals.
I think I forget.
Yeah. So the thing is, this is the result of not being invested enough to identify these individuals prior to certain incidents. When you start asking them questions, why are you visiting? Because you have the data, how many, people are going to Pakistan. And you know what is their occupation. If it is a journalist, you should be more, hawkish. That what the hell is a journalist doing in Pakistan? Is it for journalism or is it for personal purposes? And she's putting out everything in public. She is putting out that, oh, Hindus are very safe. I am in a Hindu temple and Pakistanis are very lovely people. And she was seen in some, I think,
Border areas.
yes, border areas and all, and in some French or Czech individuals' vlog, not in her own camera frame, means when she put out the video.
Understood. Yeah, got it.
So
Got it.
she was seen in others' video that at least 6-7 Pakistani army personnel were surrounding her. So who gives
Army protection.
an Indian this kind of security? And an Indian who is negligible. If you go at the status she commands as as a YouTuber. So not many people are watching her. So 6 army personnel with AK-47s in their hands. So that should have been identified prior to Pahalgaon or prior to Operation Sindhur. So when you don't have that kind of infrastructure, you always wake up late. Even to realize that there were 5 lakh Pakistanis residing in India overstaying their visas or converting their short-term visas in long-term visas. There were individuals who came to watch a cricket match in Kanpur in 2011 or 2007, and they have been staying here ever since. So do our immigration department and passport guys or external affairs ministry, why don't they maintain any such data that how many have come, how many have gone? Or the passport that you stamped for entry, has that number been stamped for exit?
Exactly.
This is a very basic kind of software thing.
Exactly.
You can, print it out and you can ask for their whereabouts. You can ring them or alert the individuals that he or she has come from this border, might be residing here and there. You did not do. Even for immigration aspect, when you go to any other nation, they ask for a local phone number. So you could have called them. You did not call them. You were waiting for something to happen, and then so be it Jyoti Malhotra or any other's case, it is more of our faults. I am not telling that Pahalgaon was our fault because 1,000 times we succeed, one time they have to succeed. So I can say that there might be lapse, it happens, but in cases like Jyoti Malhotra or Pakistani personnel, I think it was a very big oversight, and nobody is still bothered that we should start filtering them out.
Understood.
Aap, if you are going into enemy territory, enemy nations, what is your purpose of visit? You should apprise the individuals who must know about it,
Exactly.
local police station or somewhere.
Understood. I just want to bring a special case here. Gaurav Gokai. From the before Operation Sindhur itself, Himanta was completely exposing Gaurav in front of the media and in the internet, in Twitter, something else as well. He himself accepted that he went to Pakistan and his wife is closely connected with Pakistan, so and so. And Himanta has given a number of allegations on Gaurav actually. Oh, what is the case happening? What is the development happening in case of Gaurav Gokai?
See, having a Pakistani wife or Italian wife or Spanish wife is not a crime. Even having your wife being, visiting Pakistani embassy is not a crime. But when you are holding the post of a member of parliament, it is incumbent on you that you inform the police station or external affairs ministry that this is my wife and she has been working for maybe Soros, going to Pakistan embassy, has a history of working with Pakistan. Because when you are a member of parliament, you get certain privileges. You cannot be, your phone cannot be tapped like other individuals. So many things, you cannot be surveilled without your explicit permission or permission from higher authority. So it happened with, I think, Rahul Gandhi as well, that he visited China or met with Chinese officials. And it is a protocol that you need to inform your own external affairs ministry.
Exactly.
That what were the merits of meeting, what was the purpose of
They
that.
were a member of parliament
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
So Gaurav Gogoi, whatever he did or whatever her wife is doing, it is none of our business. But when it is concerned with Pakistan or China security or enemy nations, so you should have informed rather than being probed and pushed to declare it. Himanta Vishwa Sarma has been telling this thing for 1 year now, or more than 1 year. But just a day or two prior to this recording, I think Gaurav Gogoi accepted that. So you should have accepted it the first day itself. You were pushed, you were exposed, your information was made public multiple times. And at the end of the day, you said, okay, whatever he was saying is right. So that raises, the suspicion aspect of it. And why were you trying to hide it? Why were you not forthcoming? If you are, so much Bharat Mata ki jai and you swear on your patriotism, why did you not care to follow the laid out procedures?
Understood. Uh, Coming to the local topics, we will discuss that the strike on the hit on Naxalism. I think there was some war cries which were happening from their left side as well. And currently, Chhattisgarh have been, I think Amit Shah is frequently visiting Chhattisgarh and taking down the Naxal forces, striking down the Naxal forces have been happening in a very huge manner. So, give us a brief insight about what happened in Chhattisgarh and what is the way forward of that.
Not only Chhattisgarh, means even before Amit Shah became the Home Minister, Rajnath Singh did a good job of containing Naxalism. Why? Because it was Narendra Modi's idea that before we fight the external enemies, we need to secure our internal
Given Manmohan Singh during his tenure told that our internal problems are way higher.
Yeah. And it was telling, some Dantewa happens, 76 of our soldiers are slain and ambushed. Then something else, Gadchiroli happens, and 46 are killed in action there. So these things were happening frequently. And we were all getting just, numbers. This many dead, this many killed, this many ambushed. There was no proper planning how to deal with it. What Narendra Modi did was, through Rajnath Singh and later Amit Shah, escalated it at multiple levels. Uh, Rajnath Singh was more traditional in the approach that, okay, police should be given some space and you need weapons, we'll provide it. We need to cut their funding and all. So he did a good job till 2019. And when Amit Shah took over, he saw the problem as multi-pronged. It is not that Naxals need to be killed. No. Before you kill the Naxals, choke their funding. So 20,000 foreign funded NGOs were shut down in India. In a staggered way. 5,000 this year, and they kept on finding out, and they kept on shutting them down. So a huge chunk of their funds, which were used to buy weapons, be it through Nepal border or somewhere, so it was stopped. Then he modernized the information gathering mechanism, intelligence gathering. You send drones, you use your satellites to give you the movement pattern of the Naxals. Uh, you equip your police and other personnel of gathering on ground intelligence. You give them phones or recording devices or something. It was not, it used to be very, very, very conventional. And there was always a chance of getting caught. If you have some, uh, s- mm, maybe say spy or khavri or mukbir, whatever you want to call it. So it is a very, very difficult job to do. So, gathering intelligence, gathering chatter, communications, monitoring, cracking their encryption and all. So, our police forces were equipped with better intelligence gathering mechanisms, be it physical devices or satellite support or drone support or state support. Then forward bases, outposts were created. Means number was increased multiple times. So every small region had someone protecting them. It was not as if uh, Naxals have been given a free hand that you can roam around. Oh, this is the Naxal infested area and it is a no-go zone for us. No, police and the paramilitary forces, CAPF and CRPF, they were engaging. Then Amit Shah took special interest. He started visiting those places. Okay. And DG level officers, they started camping there. Okay. It was not as a phone kar diya, okay, we need to do this and that, this is the plan. No. He has to be involved because Amit Shah himself is involved. So that, keeps the morale of the troops who are on ground, who are actually executing these orders. They see that my senior is camping here. He does not need to go. He needs to guide me and give me the confidence that, okay, I am here. You are given free movement. Whatever you need to do, we are going to support you. So he did that. Modernizing the police force, uh, working as a link between center and state governments. So these things were the multiple aspects of killing one problem, Naxals. When that started happening, the funding choke, so they were more reliant on collecting, extortion, other thing. So extortions happen, you call some thekedar contract a guy that, okay, you need to provide me this much. So he say, I won't give it to you. Then you say, I'll kill you. How will you kill me? I'm roaming with protection. So Amit Shah ensured that even to build a road, the contractor doesn't need to pay to Naxals. So roads started coming, mobile towers started happening, development started reaching in a very, good, at a very good pace. At the same time, combing operations were going on. Naxals were being eliminated. So they tried everything that you should lay down your arms, but they did not listen. So government has taken this ruthless approach of killing them. Because Sam Dam Dandme. Okay. We tried everything. Peace talks. Yeah. No, we tried it, but we did, yeah, to a very, very long time. And still engaging with, because we know who are hardcore militants and who are the guys who have been burdened with militancy. So the ministry or the police, because they take the help of some DRG. DRG is the old Naxals who have laid down their arms. So they know how things work. So these guys who are at district level, who were earlier, former Naxals, they know that this guy is not a hardcore guy. He has been pushed into. So he can be saved. So you negotiate with them, you talk to them that you surrender. They surrender. Other guys are, no, no, I will die fighting for commune. Then you die. So they are being killed ruthlessly and mercilessly, and now they are begging for peace because they have, I think, 2 to 3 districts in their hold completely and 16, I think, partially. So there will be a day that
Okay.
I never thought that I will see a day when Bastar will be Naxal free.
Okay. Yeah.
And Bastar is Naxal free,
Yeah.
which is a great news. And this news just passed off the radar. Nobody even discussed it because we expect so much from our government that, oh, our government एक जिला क्या मुक्त करवाए. We need, Naxal Mukt Bharat and all.
Got it. Got it. Uh, Coming from south, I just don't want to divide the region. Actually, we rarely hear about these things like Naxalism because Tamil Nadu we had issues in past, but then it was changed actually. But it was very new to hear these kinds of news, especially. What is the ways of funding for the Naxalism? Because we know where the terrorists get their fund from, like where it is getting funded, and what are the ways actually. But when it comes to Naxalism, what are the ways of funding? Where it is actually where are they actually getting their funds from?
No, now it is not where are they getting funds from. It was where were they getting
Where were
funds
they?
from. It is in past now
Mm.
because the first process or first, stair at which the Naxal problem was being tackled, that was the funding itself. So mostly they were being funded through facades of the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and they'll say, "Oh, we are working for Adivasis. We are creating schools. We are Christian missionary things, and we are cleaning the ponds, and we are conserving the forest and all." Every uh, every such NGO had a very, very, nice aura about it. They were waxing eloquent about, oh, we are saving these guys and we are building futures for generations and all. But in the hindsight, nothing as such was happening because in India there is no mechanism, to audit these NGOs. Ki actually you got the funds and did you do these things? No. PETA, I think, gets multiple, millions of dollars, and 70% of their donations they use in just official operational expenses, salary, and logistics and all. So only 30% goes into actual work, which should be otherwise. So similarly, these NGOs were, taking money, and these NGOs were like level 4. So this NGO will get from this NGO. This will get from this.
Internal circulation.
And this will go from some Soros or OSF or Media Network.
Foreign funding.
Yeah. So it was so much routed and rerouted that you would not, in the first instance, you would not believe that who are the actual funders. You have to go and dig through balance sheets, which I think the likes of the Hawkeye and other guys, Vijay, Gajira and all, they have been doing these things. And now we realize the scale of the money and the scale that was being invested in these stupid things. Not only they were buying weapons from it, but when one of them is caught, like in Bhima Korega, one of them is caught, so they will make a lot of hue and cry about. They will buy people in media. They'll give money to anchors and all, so that they push their narrative. Understood. To give them covering fire. That no, this is very inhuman. Sai Baba is, wheelchair bound. He has medical issues and all. And attacking the government through Nukkad Natak, through campus activism and politics.
Urban Naxals.
Yeah, urban Naxals. So that was one aspect of it. So when the funding was choked through NGOs, they had to rely on Tendu Patta collection tax, and then some contract guy extortion money or kidnapping and all. So it was limited. So main major source of funding were the NGOs. Direct funding cannot be given to Naxals because it is a banned organization.
Okay.
So you cannot directly fund them. So you have to route it.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So, what is your rating on the government based on this internal security? From you told Rajnath Singh to Amit Shah ji, uh, did we are we successful in neutralizing the internal security and internal threats?
There are two types of internal threats in India. One is radical Islam, other is Naxalism.
Naxalism.
Naxalism's one aspect is intertwined with Islamic jihad or riots or radicalization that is going on. So if you divide it in, there are 10 points. So 5 out of 5 for Naxal things I'll give. But on the Islamic radicalization front, it is a different kind of monster. It is not as easy as the Naxals, because Naxals live inside jungles. They have weapons on them. They have a certain source of funding which is illegitimate. So you can stop them. But radicals are a different kind of thing, because their funding is from madrasa, which is not illegal. They don't have weapons like AK-47 and all. They have stones in hand, acid pouches, Molotov cocktail, petrol bombs and all. So they rely on that kind of thing. I told you that Naxals, a part of Naxalite ideology is intertwined with their radical Islamic thing, because right now in India, Islam doesn't have the what you say intellectual firepower.
Okay.
To save them, they still rely on leftists,
Weapons and leftists.
like Ajeet Anjum, or let's say Ravish or Rajdeep and all. So whenever Islamists will create havoc, or they indulge in rioting, these are the guys who are going to defend them.
Okay.
So here left gives them intellectual firepower or covering fire, and in lieu of that kind of service, at many a times Islamists, when there is no issue of particular concern to them or their community, like Kisan Andolan, Islamists had nothing to do there, but they were supporting her. Or some other random stuff happening somewhere. So they will come into their support because it is anti-Modi. Something is happening anti-Modi. So it is a symbiotic relationship between intellectual Naxalism or urban Naxals and the Islamists. So they are going in a way. So if I have to give them a rating, I will give them 7 out of
Okay.
10.
Still we have to be more strict in
Yeah.
radical.
Yeah. And again, containing radical Islam is not a very easy task.
Exactly.
You cannot, go on combing operations, because this community behaved completely differently. They don't have any respect for law and order. Just recently, I think a Noida cop was killed by Islamists. He had given to pick up some guy from, he was a criminal, and the community came and, he was shot down in his head. So this is the kind of community that they have to face. So you cannot deal with them the way you dealt with. But again, one issue has been settled. Now the home ministry or the home minister can focus on radical Islam.
Okay.
They can,
Since Naxalism is taken down.
they have to take another kind of approach. Are the madrasas getting funds from somewhere else? How can we control the madrasas? What kind of education they are imparting? Can we monitor them? These are the things. Ask their, leaders of their community. Show them the reality of their community and show them that you will be picked up. You will meet your fate. There are various ways to deal with it. Not always, there are moral ways to kill people. There are immoral and illegal ways. There are unknown gunmen. If they can, if they can operate on foreign soil, why can't they operate in India? Understood. It is very, very easy to get caught in, USA or so. It is very difficult for them to do a job there. It is very easy to do a job here. So again, Sam Dam Dandavid, Bhai Vinu Ho in a Preeti, this kind of approach has to be taken. That you confront them, you show them that this is your future, and then you can. Understood.
Since you talk about the radical extremism or radical Islamism, will touch Bengal a little bit. What happened in Murshidabad, especially on behalf of the Waqf Amendment Bill, there has been protest, and Hindus have been continuously killed, mobbed, lynched in various parts of Bengal. We can say whenever there is an election, there has been protest, and whenever there is an issue, Hindus have been mobbed. What is the what is happening in Bengal, and why this kind of situation is pushed towards an religion over there? It is happening for a very long time, or now it is happening, or it is happening for a very long time. We didn't notice it for all these kinds of years. What is your take on that, sir?
No, we did notice it for like last 7-8 years. We knew that Islam is radical Islam is spreading at a very, very high pace. We did know that Malda is one of the epicenters or hubs for illegal Bangladeshis. We knew it all. And Murshidabad is, if you rate it at um, rate it among the kinds of violence or among the kinds of incidents of Islamic violence that took place in Bengal, Murshidabad doesn't come anywhere close to even top 10. So there has been political violence, which we all of us know that TMC guys are killing RSS guys or BJP guys. Even their guys are being killed. TMC guys are
Hindu.
also being killed. So this has been happening. Political vendetta, political killings has been taking place. But riots and bombings, local made bombs, this has been I mean signature of extremism that is brewing inside Bengal for a very long time. Murshidabad, then you have Bardhaman, then you have Dhulagarh, then you have Kolkata, South Chobis Pargana, and there are many districts which are infested with these kinds of small scale riots. Radical Islam in Bengal has become like Bhasmasur for Mamata Banerjee. She nurtured it.
She's in and out of it.
Yeah, because if 30% of Muslims are with you, you are never going to lose. Because Hindus will never be united. And even for 40% of Hindus to come together, you will have to do a lot of convincing. And BJP has repeatedly failed to do that. Why? Because, at the end of the day, they are being killed. So, I or somebody on television or other people, we can, keep on talking about all day that, oh, BJP is not doing enough. They are not able to convince the Hindu guys in Bengal that you should vote for us. So, it is the BJP guys who are on the ground facing the wrath of TMC guys or the criminals. Many times, when I or you are not in that particular situation, we can never know the gravity of that yeah. We don't know what kind of violence. Violence is not just, somebody is coming and killing. Violence is also the fact that your wife or your daughter is being told that you should come to party office. What happened in Sandesh Khali? the Sheikh Shah Jahan case. So you come to our party office. Otherwise, I'll kill your brother or your.
Hey, this is open thread, but I'll tell you something which I've heard from my friends. There has been areas which have been voting, which have started to shift voting for the BJP. They have started to cut current in those particular areas. They have started to cut the water supply which is going for those areas. These basic things, it's like threatening the.
Yeah,
This has been happening for a very long time, but since the shift is happening towards BJP, this is also happening for a common. This okay, this is kind of a party workers or something, but even for a common people, this kind of approach is happening actually.
yeah. So they will threaten you not with violence, but apart from the fact that you quoted, the central government schemes are disbursed by the state itself, so that won't reach you if you are
Exactly.
any way connected to BJP. State government schemes not going to reach you. It is only so because I have interacted with individuals in 2021 prior to that elections, and people were like, TMC guys get everything, and we had just said that you join TMC and you will get it. So they were after the cyclone Amphan, there was this whole village. It was destroyed, and they did not get anything if they are not from TMC. So I have heard the story. So these things are, connected. It is not just about being inside the voting booth and forcing somebody to vote for you. This is also, this has been happening, and we have video evidence of that as well. And individuals recount the horrors that even when CRPF is sitting outside, there are guys who are monitoring you, who you are voting for, and you are marked. You'll be dragged, you will be thrashed, you will be killed, and your home will be burnt. One of the local journalists, Amit Mali, I constantly talk to him about whatever is happening in Bengal. He was with me on a podcast, and he said that normally the poor guys have this mud houses or thatch roof and all. There was one guy who voted for BJP. He has cement and brick and mortar, typical kind of structure, which they could not destroy by bare hands or lathis and all. They got a bloody JCB,
Okay.
bulldozer,
Okay.
to destroy that house. So they go on this.
Just for voting.
And yeah,
Just for voting.
so means the genie is out of the bottle. It is not in your control now, and it won't be in your control because 30% of Islam, 30% of the population, if it is Islam, then it is game over. It is like now or never. You cannot now just so Mamata Banerjee has, I think, given up. And uh, unless 50% of Hindus
Wake up.
go out and vote, taking it on their lives that we are doing this to save ourselves and our generations' future.
Will the revolution happen in Bengal?
See, it is a 30-year cycle in Bengal. But in social media days, you can say that
Maybe
can
50.
be reduced to 15 years.
Okay.
Because even last time, there were reports, everybody was being, pushed, everybody was being made aware of things that are happening, and we know, we as outsiders know what is happening. So the people who are living Bengal, they are also aware of it. So our realization or our speaking on these issues give them the courage to come out and vote against Mamata. But nothing, not much, nothing much happened there. There are three kinds of voter in Bengal. One is a pro Mamata, that is 30% of the population, the Muslims. Then another 30% or 40% is the hardcore Bengali. Then the 30%, next 30% is those who have been in Bengal for last 1 or 2 generations, like the Biharis or UP guys or other migrants who have gone there to because but Kolkata was the hub of
Right.
there were many mills before the leftist came and destroyed it all. So they have been living for 2 3 generations and all. So these Hindus who are migrants, they are pro BJP. The hardcore Bengali, which is a means pure Bengali, if you can say that, they are in the still in leftist era of you know watching a dilapidated building and saying, "Oh, this is our culture." So they are in that zone, and 30% of Muslims they vote for Mamta. So the 40%, that is the swaying thing. If they sway towards, so that can be figured out. But I highly doubt it.
Okay. So we have to wait and watch for that kind of an instance. And let us come to your home state,
Yeah.
Bihar. Bihar is facing the elections, and we see all kind of narratives and social media warfares and hot stories which have started coming from Bihar, especially. Jeep, as we all know, Bihar is politically active. Give us a glimpse about what Bihar politics is, because we'll go from that. Then we'll have an eye on all these politics over there. So give us an glimpse about what is all about Bihar politics, because we we know that highest number of IAS officers comes from Bihar, and we have heard that Bihar is very, very politically active in that case. So give us a glimpse about that.
See, the IS thing, I think it was
Mm.
correct a while ago, till 10 years ago, but right
Mm.
now I'm not sure about it.
Okay.
And the other aspect is we have been giving IS officers, but you see our state is in shitty condition. It is not in a great condition. Even after misrule of Lalu Prasad Yadav and all, uh, 20 years, 20 odd years, out of which 15 were complete in control with BJP and JDU, Nitish Kumar's government, but nothing of importance or on developmental aspect, not much has happened. Whatever development we are watching in Bihar, that is all due to Narendra Modi or NHAI, which is building roads. No big industries are being set up there.
Mm.
Um, although Bihar was the hub of big industries.
Maybe Jharkhand took it all.
No, no, even after Jharkhand,
After the breakup.
yeah, even beyond that, my own district, Begusaray, Barauni. Barauni has a thermal power station, which is a heavy industry. Barauni has refinery, which is a heavy industry. Barauni has fertilizer factory, which is a heavy industry. Apart from that, there were 200 small scale factories building like, nails, the iron nails or locks and torches and other stuff. So it was an industrial hub. And till 60s or 70s, I think Bihar was one of the top 5 GDP contributing states, the top 5 states of India. Everybody aspired to go to Bihar and work because when Jharkhand was with Bihar, so most number of industrial towns in India were concentrated in Bihar. Dalmia Nagar, Tata Nagar, Jamshedpur, Bokaro, Dhanbad, you name it, and there are huge industries in there. So everybody wanted to go there. So it was developing at a good pace. Then Congress government happened. Congress was the ruling party. Then Lalu Prasad Yadav comes. Then a wave of communism also comes to Bihar. And then things got so bad that even a small school being, restructured or refurbished, we started counting it as development. But even if you do something, we were in so bad state that doing anything was doing good to state. So Nitish Kumar in first 5 years of his rule, 2005 to 10, I think, He did a good job. But after that, he slept over his own glory. 5 years, oh, Sushashan Babu and all these things happen. So, to give you a glimpse of, means, at present, what Bihar politics is all about. So, there are three major parties. Rajat, that is Rashtriya Janata Dal, Lalu Prasad Yadav or Tejaswi's party. Then you have Bhajpa, and then you have Nitish's JDU. These are the three major parties, and out of these three, the two, whenever they are in Gathbandhan or alliance, they are going to make the government. It is as simple mathematics as that. Because all of the three get, chunk of 30%, 40%, 45%, this kind of, seats, 30, 20, 40 kind of thing. So, it is evenly distributed, so any two can form the government arithmetically. And that's why you see sometimes Nitish ji is with Rajad and sometimes he's with BJP. Now coming back to, you asked about PK. PK will be a factor, but he won't be a decisive factor. See, for everybody says that Arvind Kejriwal, threw Congress out of politics from Delhi. Delhi is not as complex as Bihar. Delhi is very small. Delhi is a glorified municipality. That's it. It has a labor partner. Yeah. So it is more homogeneous. It has so much of coverage. The issues of Delhi are completely different. Exactly. Bihar is altogether another tiger to take. So you cannot say that a new party can gain grounds there. Okay. Even though they have been known to the people. Yeah. Very known. See, so again somebody will say that Punjab is a big state. Aam Aadmi Party ruled there, means they won 4/5 of the majority seats. So see, in Punjab, Congress was the dominant party. Congress completely destroyed its leadership, and in Delhi and in Punjab, Congress gave the state on platter to Arvind Kejriwal. So, comparing Kejriwal's performance to PK, that he is also leading a revolution and all, no. PK is doing everything that any party does in Bihar. Basic things. He is having this chadar on his shoulders, topi on his head, iftar party and all, and Musalmano ko ye de denge. So he is doing nothing apart from the fact that hum Bihar ko badal denge or shiksha kranti and all. These are, jargons, political jargons that everybody throws around vehemently without any policy or purpose. So Prashant Kishore is exactly doing that thing. But the thing is, Prashant Kishore is, he is appealing to the educated youth who has seen 15 years of sluggish Bihar, who has not seen the bad days of Lalu Prasad Yadav. Because Lalu Prasad Yadav was like in my childhood and my adolescence. In my youth, it was Jadyu, Nitish Kumar. So I know the pain. I know that social fabric. I know the environment, the industry of kidnapping. I know all. I think you have mentioned it in the recent video, Lalu's Jungle Raj. And I know how kidnapping was an industry, how the Savarn or upper caste guys were being chopped by Naxals. 38 guys in a day. These kind of things were happening in the name of Samajik Nyaya and all. So I know all that. The newer voters don't know that. For them, it is fantasy. They say, oh, no. This is exaggeration. Because Rashtriya Janata Dal's social media cell has been teaching them, no. Samajik Nyaya ka masiha hai Lalu ji. And he had not done any such thing. This is all Sanghi conspiracy. So, a large chunk of new voters actually believes in that kind of thing, that It is a conspiracy. So their PK has some value.
For the next generation.
Yeah, newer guys might vote for BJP, and traditionally, educated lot votes for BJP. That happen means it is a even in Indian context, the voters of BJP, if you see the profile, most of them are graduates. Or if you see that illiterate people or lesser than matriculation, they vote for the likes of Congress or RJD and all. So this is the data. In Bihar also, it is the same situation. Right now, last year, Jharkhand elections happened. In Jharkhand as well, the urban guys overwhelmingly voted for BJP. The tribal population where there is lack of education and access. And I won't tell that they are illiterate or they are educated in their own ways. And BJP could not reach out to masses forward in Adivasi area. So that's not, but I am just telling you that in urban guys, most of them are educated and they vote for BJP. Similarly, that thing happens in Bihar as well. So PK will be affecting that.
BJP's vote.
BJP's vote. It will be affecting, but it won't be able to make a bigger dent that BJP might start to lose its seats. Not in these elections. In 2030 or in 2029 Lok Sabha elections, I see Prashant Kishore as a threat if BJP doesn't change its ways. Then he can be
In approaching
Yeah.
an approach of Bihar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because BJP could not groom any good leader in last 20 years. They are not even interested in grooming a good leader as of now. Samrat Chaudhary is from, means his family, he himself from Rashtriya Janata Dal, Lalu's party. He is your state chief. He is your
Deputy Prime Minister.
Up Mukhyamantri, yeah, deputy CM. So you don't have your own guys. The other guy, Vijay Sinha, he's not great either. He's just, you give him something, you write it on his palms or a chit, then he will speak. That kind of guy. So I don't have much hopes from BJP. They will form the government.
Or no other local people like
No.
Giriraj Singh, someone.
Giriraj Singh is very old now.
Okay. Young face should be.
Yeah, his age is not on his side. Then there is Nityanand Rai. Very good leader, but he's too soft spoken to be Bihar's leader.
Okay. To handle all these.
In Bihar, you need rowdy kind of individuals, who handle, they just create that. Yeah. So he is very, very nice guy. Very good minister. He is Minister of Home. Very nice person, but somehow, and I'm not saying that he cannot be. I'm saying it that nobody is even pushing him. If you have to make somebody the leader of state like Bihar, you start to push them. You give them space to speak in maybe Sansad, Lok Sabha, or press conferences or not, but you won't see him being pushed. And he comes from Yadav community. So that is
Nityanand.
Yeah. Caste is also on his.
Yeah.
And he speaks very nicely. But then again, the thing that you expect
Aggression.
aggression is missing from him. It might not be in his nature. So, but
Time has to tell.
yeah. But
But in that case, will Chirag Paswan be the future face of Bihar itself from the NDA side?
See, I have talked with Chirag. And he has this aspiration of being the chief minister. But he won't be the chief minister now or 5 years later. He has age on his side, maybe 30 years down the line. Or 20 years down the line.
20 years,
Because at present, he has to fight with NDA. Chirag was a big factor in JDU's decline last
election.
because he was technically part of NDA. He did not put his candidate on BJP's opposition, but he did put it in JDU's, and it affected 52 seats.
Okay.
52 seats, which is huge. JDU was reduced to 43 or 44.
43.
So see, Chirag Paswan's LJP has to make the party a prime candidate. If you are playing second fiddle, third fiddle to an alliance, how long will you be doing that? Because you will always be treated as the third party in the alliance. So you will always be at the mercy of the larger parties, that how many seats they give to fight to you. So he'll have to think it out how he wants to pursue his politics in Bihar. I have high hopes from him because he's very articulate.
Okay.
He's raw. He has the vision that Bihar can change.
Okay.
So I have hopes from him. But at the same time, I know that he's not going to merge his party to BJP.
Okay.
If he does that, then I don't know what happened.
For a greater cause.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys that I admire him a lot, even if he's not from the party I support. But
I think all the LJP leaders are very young, like Rajesh Verma, Sambhavi Chaudhary, all these are very young in that case, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, coming to a point, what is the people mindset about the election? I mentioned the word and you also agree to it. They are politically active. So when it comes to elections, I think BJP was the 1 or 2 seats less than RJD last time. There will be 3 and so RJD was 75 if I'm not wrong. And so what will be the people's mindset for this election, this era elections?
See, people have realized that the old politics of Samajik Nyaya and this and that doesn't work anymore. So usually Biharis are said that, oh, you vote on caste lines. But I think every single state, every single nation on earth votes on caste or caucus lines. Even in Tamil Nadu, you have Tamil governments and this and that. Caste groups are finalized.
Exactly.
And leaders are given tickets based on
Exactly. That is everywhere.
everywhere same thing. Even in US, you have Hispanics, you have Colombians and this migrant and brown and Pakistani Muslim
Majoritarian from that area.
Yeah, exactly. But Bihar is, at the receiving end, because Bihar has so many problems that you throw another problem at it and we say, okay, this is also happening in Bihar.
Okay.
It is like that. Caste politics is everywhere. Without caste, you can't do politics in India. This is a fact. But in Bihar, it is not just about caste. Narendra Modi has done enough for the poor and downtrodden community that they are ditching the likes of Lalu Yadav's party.
Okay.
Rajad's 75 seats were not the result of Tejasvi Yadav or Rajad's policy or their manifesto. Rajad's 75 had a lot to do with 52 seats that LJP damaged for JDU.
Okay.
So Rajad will be around 45, 50 seats. And that 25 seat will come into kitty of either JDU or LJP or BJP itself.
Understood.
So last time around, when Rajat got these many seats and actually became the single largest party, it was not purely because of their actions, but they got an advantage due to LJP's doing. So what I see this year, that BJP will be the single largest party. I hope BJP retires Nitish Kumar, convinces him to retire because he is not physically well now.
Okay.
Even at mental level, and I'm not mocking him because
We have seen some videos.
yeah, so he is not in good health,
Okay.
mental health or physical health. Okay. So, and he last time around he said that this is my last election. So
Okay.
let's believe his words only.
Mm-mm.
So let him go away, put someone who has vision, because Narendra Modi or Amit Shah, they are good at identified individuals. Do not put some rubber stamp individual who doesn't have any kind of vision, because rubber stamp people can work in, let's say if you are, you put them in Delhi or Maharashtra or developed states like Haryana. These are the places, not that right now whosoever is leading these are rubber stamp. I'm just telling you, if a state has a developmental model or mindset, it will develop. The pace of development can be slow or fast based on what kind of individual is leading these states. But for a state like Bihar, you actually need people with vision, because for Bihar, you need to start from scratch. These are well made places, these are good places. Bihar is not good.
Okay.
Bihar needs someone who can think out of the box. Bihar is the cradle of, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Means Hindus, most of the things emerged from uh, the bhumi of Bihar. Many civilizations flourished. Many
Kingdom.
Patliputra has been the glorious capital of golden era of Gupta.
Nalanda educational capital.
Yeah, Nalanda, and then Maurya Empire, and every single big empire had the capital at Patliputra. So we are that kind of place. So tourism is a huge aspect where Bihar can earn everything just from tourism.
Daya.
Both gaya. Everybody has to go, every Hindu who dies has to go for Pindadan to Gaya or Kashi. Mostly Gaya.
Daya.
So, and I have seen people from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka, from Kerala, Hindus go. If somebody is coming from that village, he will do the Pindadan of many people from his clan, not only his own grandfather, or because it is very tough for someone to come from Tamil Nadu all the way to Gaya and do that. So these are the aspects of Bihar that can be figured out, that can be taken on public-private partnership. Hotels can be built around. Small economies, economic hubs can be created. These are the plans that somebody need to come up with, and from there, when you start to get revenue from tourism, you can uh, take it out in other places. Other things are figured out. In education, Bihar has been given good number of schools. All Sarkari government schools are, they do have buildings. They are giving proper salaries every month. So these things are figured out. Okay. Nutrition is being given through midday meals and all. Housing has been provided to poor. So now, yeah, you need to take the second leap. So for that, you need somebody who has good vision and who know how to execute his vision. If he or she doesn't have the funds, paisa nahi hai, still you need to figure it out. Okay. That you take money from market. There are individuals who will be willing to spend money if you give them good law and order. UP is the great example.
Okay, okay. Got it, got it. We will talk about two questions and then I have some personal things to ask about your career at Ji. What is the future of Congress? Because we have discussed a lot about from Kashmir to Bihar. What is the future of Congress as you seen? Because they had some hopes after the result of 2024 elections. Then they had a complete washout in Haryana, Maharashtra, and in Delhi, as they did it in 2014 and 2020 and 2015 as well. So how do you see the future of Congress throughout India? Can Congress think outside the Nehru family, because you can state n number of leaders from every state, like Sachin Pilot to Shashi Tharoor to many people, like we can keep on stating them. And what is the future of Congress apart from, can they think apart from the Nehruvian family?
Uh, can they think? They technically can, but they won't.
Okay.
That is one thing, and that is one of the reasons that is holding them back, because they have many well-read people in their ranks, people with good exposure in governance. They have this. They have Harvard and Oxford and Yale and foreign educated individuals who are very articulate, who can speak, who can make policies if given a guiding line that we have to do this. So they have this. But when it is like make the leader of the pack a dog, means a pack of lions led by a dog, it will get all the lions and dog killed. But if a lion is the leader, it will lead to victory, even a pack of dogs. So it is like that. If you have a dumb person who is devoid of any kind of original thinking, then you are not going to make much progress. Even the thing that you said, they got 99 seats in election. 99 seats in elections was not the handiwork of Congress party or the visionary leadership of Rahul Gandhi. No,
It is
Maharashtra and UP.
mistakes made by the BJP.
Yeah, BJP lost big time in these states because of their bad distribution of tickets, and they could not counter fake news properly. The
Exactly.
spirit of Congress handle spread the edited video of Amit Shah saying that he is going to remove Arakshan and he is going to change the constitution. Pamphlets and guarantee cards were being distributed in Uttar Pradesh that Rahul Gandhi has signed this and you will get 8,500 bucks per month when he becomes the prime minister. And how is it that possible that when these pamphlets and guarantee cards were being distributed in Uttar Pradesh, none of your cadre could realize it? None of your Panna Pramukh and, local BJP guy could identify it. Somebody bought them over, or they were disillusioned with their party or leadership, or the guy who was contesting did not take enough care of these individuals that they need to be fed, they need to be given some money so that they bring individuals from houses to voting booths. So it was lack of BJP's fight that Congress won. Congress did not win on its own arsenal. So we need to realize that. As far as the future goes, Congress will linger around. It will stay. It will hover around 50, 40, 60 seats and like that. It will hold on to one or two states at a time. I see them losing Karnataka. I see them losing Himachal. Himachal, they will
Overall in 3 states.
yeah, and only Telangana they are going to hold. And I am pretty sure in coming 4 years, they will do something stupid in Telangana that they will lose Telangana to either BRS or NBJP. So their future is going to be this only. Lok Sabha 52, 55, 65 seats, and here and there in states, one or two states.
Understood, understood. What will be the future of BJP? Because right now everything is banking on Prime Minister Modi, and who will succeed Modi is a very big question. I think there are n number of players we can show on, and what is your take on that, Ajit ji?
See, this is a hypothetical question, and if there has to be a leader, the obvious choice, the popular choice, that is Yogi Adityanath.
Okay.
But the thing with running a state and running a country, it is very vastly different things. Narendra Modi of Gujarat was a different beast. Narendra Modi of India is a different entity. He's being accused of being soft. He's not Hindu enough. You know, he's not doing enough for Hindutva. And we can factually, assert that on Places of Worship Act, on the Ancient Monuments Acts, on Waqf Act. BJP did not do that.
Much
Yeah,
expected.
whatever was expected from them, they did not do enough on it. So they cannot claim that, oh, we built Ram Mandir and all. ठीक है, you did that. But what after that? So there will always be questions that what is the hardcore pro-Hindutva thing that you did? But that is not in scope of our, question right now. So hypothetically, maybe Yogi Adityanath might succeed, or I think Amit Shah. Amit Shah is very silent kind of individuals, but you see the results that he is bringing. Nobody could think about that BJP was going to win Chhattisgarh.
Haryana 2024.
Haryana was like, before I think 10, 15 days ahead of the elections, Congress was celebrating. We were confident that Congress is going to win. Even in Maharashtra, we thought that BJP will, return, but not overwhelmingly. So in Chhattisgarh particularly, I always talk about it because I talked with someone from his team that how it was done.
Okay.
So he said that after the loss in Karnataka, B.L. Santosh was in charge and he was overseeing Karnataka, I think. And he was appalled that how can we lose, and JP Nadda was obviously the Adhyaksh. How can we lose to Congress on the charge of corruption? Even BJP was corrupt, but losing out to Congress on corruption is a completely unheard and unexpected thing. So when Chhattisgarh elections came, and Chhattisgarh was also focused due to the Naxal issue. So Amit Shah started, going there. He took everything in his hands, started asking the ticket seekers their daily routine. He gave them cards. When do you wake up? What do you take in breakfast? Where do you go?
Okay.
So breakfast, it doesn't have to be at your place. You have to be in some, Karyakarta's house, or even better, if you can go to any voter's house in your area.
Okay.
Lunch, how many people did you meet? What are the issues that you discussed today? And it was in a format that needs to be uploaded every single day. So he did this thing sitting there. He made everybody accountable for these things. And that's how Chhattisgarh was won. Obviously, Raman Singh's failures and all, that was a part of it. But defense and attack, both kind of thing. So he's very good at strategizing. And we have seen that in 325 seats in Uttar Pradesh in 2017. So we have seen this. So he has potential as well. But Yogi is more vocal. He is more seen. Amit Shah is not seen as much.
He's a strategist.
Yeah, he is. He speaks only when required, and he speaks only as much is required. If you see, he's very tough guy to interview, because if you ask a question for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and he will answer you in 15 seconds.
Okay.
That
That's very sharp. Sharp and crispy.
yeah, that is not a. You cannot stretch it to say 60 minutes, even 30 minutes. Amit Shah is not the 30-minute kind of.
Okay.
He is 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You will exhaust your questions. For talking with me, you will have, say, 12 questions, and for one question, I can talk about 5, 7, 10 minutes if the topic is like that. But if you prepare 20 questions for Amit Shah, he will end it in at most 30 minutes. So he speaks very less. Whereas Yogi Adityanath, he is the gift of gab. He speaks very eloquently. He is very aggressive. He speaks the language that we want to hear.
Okay.
So that makes him the populist choice. But again, he doesn't have his own core team that works on his image, what he should speak, what kind of individuals should be in and around him. Because UP has been rebranded, doing very well on economic front, but at the same time, there are multiple problems. I live in Noida. As we are recording, the light has gone away.
Okay.
During the daytime.
Mm-mm.
There is no reason for electricity to vanish, but it does. And I'll tell you 7 to 8 times a day in Noida.
Okay, that to Noida.
Yeah. I have the battery backup of inverter. I have 3 big batteries. So I can, stretch it out. But somebody from electricity department is being either paid by the inverter lobby or battery lobby.
Okay.
Somebody. I'm just assuming. Otherwise, because I am being sent news items from UP government's media team every single day. That Yogi ji has said that even in rural households, without any proper reason, electricity cannot be cut down. 24-hour electricity has to go there. But I am in Noida and this is happening. Then again on corruption, the local level corruption, that MCD level means municipality level corruption, it is rampant.
Okay.
Without personal branding plus help of narrative and all. So he is the popular face, but still he needs more. He needs more support from outside as well.
Understood. Devendra Fadnavis, Himanta Biswa Sharma, they have any?
Devenji, obviously, he does have, and he has age on his side as well, but he needs to prove more on
State.
because it was during his tenure. Ajeet Pawar became CM, Deputy CM. He became CM for 3 days. So these are the decisions which is not, in line with a good strategist. Himanta Biswa Sarma, very small state. So see, if by just being in news, your leadership credentials are not proven. For UP, why Yogi's name comes up very, often is the fact that Yogi has killed the mafia. He has created this space where law and order is just. It is there, it exists. So you can rely on good law and order. So companies are coming and investing.
Understood.
It has set its sights on $1 trillion economy, which is being copied by other states. Even Maharashtra is eyeing that.
Tamil Nadu to any.
Yeah, Tamil Nadu as well. So with Maharashtra, you have stock exchange, you are the financial capital of India. So these are the things you already have on your side. So Devendra Fadnavis will have to do much more than Yogi Adityanath.
Okay.
So that's why I said, but these are obviously, they are the second line of leadership. So these are the good prospects, and let's see.
Got it. I'll go for a quick rapid fire kind of questions to you. How do you see, because you started as I think in IANS you started your career, if I'm not wrong.
Times of India.
So how do you see then and now, your journalism career then and now?
I'm better placed now.
Okay.
Then I was with, by working with other companies. I started with Times of India Sports online. Then I moved to Economic Times. I worked for Economic Times online for a year, I think. Then I moved to IANS in their publishing division.
Okay.
So it was magazines and all for Indian diaspora in Brazil and USA. So I worked there. Then I taught journalism as
Okay.
assistant professor.
Mm-mm.
And then I worked for mobile apps,
Okay.
news based
Okay.
mobile apps.
Okay.
So I have done print, I have done electronic, online.
Now into the video formats.
Yeah. So now I'm in this digital kind of thing.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, got it. Op India, especially
Yeah.
your I think maybe your starting of your peak career, I would say, and I
Yeah,
think
Pop
I
India was my first Hindi
mm,
journalism
okay,
thing, because
okay,
prior to that it was all English journalism.
okay, okay,
Op India Hindi was started by me.
okay.
I was the founding editor.
Uh,
Uh, we had a small team, and we did I think, very good
mm.
journalistic stories there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So was that an alternative to all kind of leftist narrative? Because I think
Yeah,
very
it
few
was.
Swarajya, Op India, there were very few magazines which was there at the beginning. So how do you see Op India making a replacement to the alternative media in the right sector?
Yeah, Op India did everything to counter the left narrative, and we did not have to do propaganda.
Mhm.
All we needed to do was to do the in the face journalism. If you are writing Hindu's name in some Hindu related incidents, we started writing Muslims' name
Okay.
if they were indulged in criminal acts. If you are going to take a line on, say, Shaheen Bagh, or something anti-national is happening, then we will show you the facts. So we didn't have to manufacture anything at Op India, because you already had the facts.
Mm-mm.
You just needed it to be presented to the people. And there I started videos.
Okay.
And my videos, however, limited. The viewership was like 60,000, 70,000, 1 lakh per video, but the impact was greater than that. So that also helped in telling the people that there exists a kind of journalism, which is an answer to leftist narrative. And we did some big things, like had it not been Op India, Hindi especially, the Delhi 2020 riots would have been blamed onto Hindus, because the moment riots stopped, our reporters, Anupam, Keshav, Jayanti, and many, they were on ground. They were in that area and started doing, we did 50, 60 ground reports.
Okay.
We did a tremendous job. And after we started doing it, putting it out, and I was doing the video aspect of it, so people started realizing. We started doing, we started visiting homes, talking to people, showing them the visuals and everything. So it changed the narrative. Then there was a conspiracy of putting some Firoz Khan in Hindu Vidyadharma Sankai in Kashi Hindu Vishwavidyalaya, BHU. And there, Op India and I made it a point to cover that story and push the administration back, that a Muslim cannot be into Hindu Dharma Vigyan Sankai, because that assistant professor will become the dean someday.
Mm-mm.
And he will say that no, Diwali is not a Hindu festival. Why do you need? Because that department from BHU is the department that tells us, all the Hindus, what is the correct muhurt for doing some things. They are the last authority to decide.
Okay.
And just think about it, like in Vatican, you place a Hindu.
Mm. He doesn't know the culture. He doesn't know the rituals.
He won't apprehend the sanctity of these things, sacredness of muhurt or tithi. So he won't apply his mind as well as he should. So we told them that it is very nice that you know Sanskrit and all. You go in Sanskrit department. You go in Ayurveda. You cannot be in Hindu Vidyadharma Vigyan Sangh.
Understood.
So these were the stories, some of the stories. We did many good work there, but these are the top of the mind stories that I think I'm very proud of.
Understood, Ji. Uh, tackling satire and serious commentary, because I think this is one of the shows where you have used your satireness very well with me, because I've seen all the podcasts or Hindi podcasts where you will be more of a satire. You used to bully them as well. So how do you manage both of them? Because when it is about issue, you have to be very serious. When it is about roasting, you have to be very sarcastic. How do you balance both of them?
Uh, I think it comes from experience, as well as what kind of bent of mind you have. So, satire has been my forte for very long. Means as long as I can
Starting.
remember.
Okay.
Even in class third or fourth
Oh,
or fifth.
that.
So even at that time when I used to write my speeches for Independence Day or Republic Day, when you have events in school, when you do assembly speeches and all, so I used to mix satire from. So it become a kind of habit. This deadpan humor, you cannot see it in my face, but the words that I speak, it will be sarcastic. So this comes from again experience, and when the issue is obviously serious, I know the seriousness of it, and I have been in this journalistic journey for very long to not mix the two things unless it is needed.
Needed. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, okay. Uh, as an author, you have written books, and what are your thoughts on the literature in the present day politics? Because many politicians, many authors, literature people have become politicians, as successful politicians as well. I think from Bihar, if I'm not wrong, Harivansh ji, Rajya Sabha's vice chairman, is also a very good literature guy person as well. So, what is your thought on the present day literature in present day politics?
See, literature obviously it will help you to speak your mind. You will be more articulate. You won't be speaking flat words. You will use, metaphors and similes and poetry, shairi, quotes. You can Your speech becomes more dynamic if you have a literary background. Plus, literature helps you out in not just it gives you pleasure when you read a good poem or a good novel. It also takes you to that kind of society. So if I am say reading Henri Balzac, so I'll be transported into French society. If I'm reading, say, The Great Gatsby or Pride and Prejudice or Fathers and Sons or Sons and Lovers and all, so I will be transported there. If I'm reading Albert Camus or Kafka, so I'll be into that kind of society in that historical context. So being just in a room, you get to meet different kind of individuals, and these individuals, because they have been written by great writers, they are purposefully made that way, so you know their traits, how they behave, that and that kind of the path or uh, uh, the hero or the heroine or means nayak or naika of that story. So they they are generally a amalgamation or say a construct of author's own experiences. They might have seen some trait of their protagonist will be taken from his father, some from uncle, some from random individual he saw on a bus, and he construct this kind of thing. So you get to meet them, you get to meet the author itself, so your worldview gets widened. So in this way literature helps you in being more open to things, because uh, your whole outline or your whole sphere of thought is not limited to just in your society or circle. You know that things are happening beyond this as well.
Understood, understood. Give us a glimpse about your books, especially because you have written 4 books. One is Bakar Puran, sorry, Bakar Puran, and Garvapasi, and I think short collection of love stories, and other one is like जो भी कहूंगा सच कहूंगा. I think I've spelled it correctly. Give us a glimpse about your books, especially, and where did you get an interest of writing books?
No, when you write speeches, when you write poems, when you write long, short stories, so this becomes a habit. And I did my graduation in English literature, so it was very natural for me to write.
Okay.
So earlier, to publish a book, it was a very painful process. And in our generation, it is very easy. There are publishers who will contact you even to print 500 copies. Digital printing has made it very, very, simple for anyone to get their books published. Bakar Puran was a collection of satirical essays and memoirs
Okay.
that happened to me or my friends in Delhi. When you come from a small village or smaller town, tier 3 cities to a metro cities, what kind of what kind of experiences you get, what kind of individuals you meet, the love stories of you or your friends, the simple interactions of let's say your girlfriend interacting with the chadar seller. She will negotiate the price for 20 odd and buy none of them.
Okay.
So that kind of thing. So these were the very humorous experiences, and I used to run a page called Bakar Adda
Okay.
with one of my acquaintances. So there people said that you should, print it in a book format. So I took some published writings from there and then added some more and published Bakar Puran. Then Ghar Wapsi is a short novella kind of thing, 50,000, 60,000 word, 200 page novel. It is the story of uh, a guy who is well placed in Mumbai, and he has this very nice life. And suddenly his father, who was a very idealistic kind of father in his youth, and he chose to stay in his village and try to move the village towards development or whatever he could do there. So after his death, he goes to that place, and there was a large gap of years between them. He now counters his childhood and how his father tried to do things here.
Okay.
And he says that he watches that not much has changed.
Okay.
So he is on this crossroad whether to stay there or return.
Okay. So this is not a graphical
No.
Indo-Muslim Garvapsi.
No,
Okay, okay.
it has nothing to do
Okay.
with that.
Got it.
And then the third book is actually I used to write those short stories. They are very raw and violent stories. There will be no love.
Okay.
So only
The
the
thriller kind of a
yeah, it has thrillers. It has
action.
it has very brutal kind of stories and brutal.
Gangs of Wasaipur.
Yeah. Not only brutal in violent kind of way, but brutal in thought process as well.
Okay.
So it is very raw emotions, and it's in English. So I would recommend you, or
I'll definitely read it.
I'll give it to you if
Sure.
if I do.
Sure. I'll definitely take that.
So that was like I did my literature
Okay.
in English. So graduation. So I must write something in English as well.
Okay.
So that, and fourth one is mostly the transcripts of my video on politics and judiciary and all that. So it is very hard hitting, punching satire.
Okay.
जो भी कहूँगा सच कहूँगा.
Got it. Who is your favorite leftist all time to roast upon? Because when I see videos like Ravish will be popping up with your videos. Who, apart from Ravish, do you have any favorites to roast?
Ravish was, it was not that I need to target an individuals. I saw that Ravish was getting away with it He is good at writing and he is good at speaking. So when you have these two skills, you can speak lies, propaganda, and get away with it because the way you deliver those lines. So I needed to show people his true face. So I purposefully took it upon myself to record every single sentence he wrote on Twitter or Facebook or he spoke in his prime time video and fact check it. I used to do 1 hour episodes on Ravish in 2019, I think.
Okay.
I did it continuously for a year or so. And suddenly I saw that people still go to his profile, but not to say, oh, Ravish, you are doing good, but to fact check him. So his whole credibility started to go down the drain. So I can take credit
Obviously.
for that. So, but beyond that, it is whole of the left that my criticism is always mostly issue based.
Okay.
So it is not that, and it is. I'm telling you, it is very. It will be very easier for me and very good for me monetarily if I just watch Ravish's video every day and do a satire on it. I can do it. I don't need to write it. I just can write the pointers and on the go I can do that and people enjoy it. But I don't do that. Do that because that is the easy way. That is very low hanging fruit. Let others do it. I did show them the way that this can be done. Even the Goliaths can be taken down by Davids. So I started doing that. And apart from that, then on some issue Rajdeep will utter some kind of nonsense. On some issue Ajeet and you will do on Avisar or Dhruv Rathi or so. I generally when something is they are out of the line most of the time, but when they are extremely out of the line, then I took it on myself that okay, let's do something about it.
Got it. Got it. Where do you see the future of Indian journalism, and what is the way forward for it?
Indian journalism, the mainstream journalism will stay, but it will stay like the granddads of our times who watch a cow getting untied from its khuta and running away somewhere, and all he can do is tell somebody, oh गाय भाग रही usko koi pakad nahi raha. He can't do anything about it. So that is the Indian mainstream journalism going to look like in 5 to 10 years unless they change their format. Right now the cacophony and the fish market they tend to create every single day for 5 hours, 5 to 10 o'clock on every single channel in the name of debate shows. uh, this is a format that has been junked by US 40 years, started by US 40 years ago. 20 years ago they did it away. They for good they abandoned it and now they have changed their format. India is still, and when Arnav came, I had high hopes from him that he is going to change it because he's a journalist and he's the honor. Normally, honor is some businessman who has nothing to do with journalism. When a journalist becomes an honor, I had hopes that he will change things, but he destroyed it completely.
Okay.
He went nuts. He had created many mini Arnavs in Republic Bharat. Everybody wants to be Arnav, and seeing that kind of entertainment or yelling match succeed on television, others have started following the same. So in a way, he has negatively affected the journalistic landscape of India, and I'm very sad about it.
Got it.
How much ever I would hate Ravish Kumar, but his newsroom shows, his news debates, even if it were propaganda, it was watchable. Even to abuse it, you should be able to listen it. For Arnav's show of 1 hour, where you see, 35 to 40 minutes of debate, you have 12 guests, 10 guests. Just think about it. How much time will they get to speak on those things? Every Tom, Dick, and Harry who has 30,000 followers on Twitter or is an influencer is invited to speak on any topic. So I've stopped going on. One time I went on Arnav's show and my this vein was bursting. I had to yell so much. Since that day I stopped going to them, and on other new channel as well. No, I'm not going to uh, just waste my time yelling at somebody. So uh, mainstream will stay, but as the granddad, it will yell at things, it will do things, but won't be as relevant because the digital journalism, it has taken over. Why the likes of us are succeeding and earning much more than at my age I would have in those media houses. It is a good example that individual and independent journalists, if they have a good thought process, if they are good at something, they can make a name for themselves and people will watch it because they know they can get some substance out of this particular YouTube video than watching passively on this yelling matches that happen on TV every single day.
Got it, got it, got it. Your advice or the message to the next generation students for the journalism and on political observation and everything?
Uh, see, those who are pursuing journalism, one thing is must that you should read everything that comes in and around you. You need to read left and right of things and center of things. You need to, if you're on social media, you need to follow both aspects of political spectrum. And I'm not going to force you to take a line that you should, do left kind of journalism or right kind of journalism. No, whatever you do, you should do it in wholesome way. It need not be devoid of other side of the story. Even to criticize some kind of journalistic content or some happening or leader's statement, you need to know that leader. Need to know the background of that story, whether he's on left or right. So these are the things. One more thing is that originality helps. Unless you are original in your thought process, unless you can churn out views and ideas from inside you, uh, you are not going to succeed.
Understood.
You will be the run of the mill guy. You will earn 50,000, 60,000, 1 lakh kind of thing. But you won't be a voice that will be heard by masses.
Understood, understood, understood. One last question. This kind of questions, generally in HR interviews, they ask, where do you see yourself in next 5 or 10 years? Because you are one such inspiration to all media aspiring journalists or media aspiring people as well. I can probably say that. Where do you see yourself? I think nowadays your comments are politically oriented, and people even say that you have political ambitions. Can I ask the question? In fact, yeah. So where do you see yourself? You see yourself in the field of journalism or in the field of politics in future, sir?
Uh,
Mm.
this is very natural for anybody to think that somebody is good at speaking or
Mm.
doing political analysis must harbor some kind of political aspirations. I have none.
Okay.
I have none, even if I um, uh, 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 come around as the guy who supports BJP and I'm vocal about it.
Mm, mm, mm.
I do criticize them a lot as well.
Okay.
But I don't have any political aspiration for uh, uh, two points. One is I don't have that kind of money.
Okay.
I'm not going to fight Lok Sabha elections without having 10, 15, 20 crores in my account because it is that kind of money that is being spent on one Lok Sabha seat. To get a Rajya Sabha seat, either your talent gets recognized by
Mm.
any party, they offer you, you
Okay.
can join.
Okay.
But otherwise, if you want to go there, you have to pay them 50 crore, 100 crore. This is the fee that I have heard. So you donate to party and you will get a ticket. Because we have seen that what kind of people are going in Rajya Sabha. So it is visible. Neither I have that kind of money, nor I can boast about the fact that, oh, I am very well connected and BJP and Amit Shah and Narendra Modi watches my video and realize, oh, he's one in a millennium kind of talent and he needs to be, putting our party's points across in Rajya Sabha. I don't see that happening.
Okay.
And I don't have any confusions about myself. So politics is not going to be, for those particular reasons, it is not going to happen. If someone makes an offer, then Bhagwan will decide. At present, I don't have that kind of aspirations. Journalism will continue. Format might change because right now I'm into live,
Mm.
2-3 hours of
Mm.
live sessions. So this will change because algorithms change. You also get fatigued doing one kind of stuff because I started this live sessions, continuous live thing, I think from March 2024.
Okay.
This
Exactly.
is May, so like
15 months.
15 months. So now I think I'll start to cut down on it and I'll do something which I have not done.
Mm.
But it will be from field of journalism and analysis itself. It won't be something else.
Okay, okay, okay.
Mm.
Thank you so much, Ajit ji. We have spoken a lot of subjects in a wide range of discussion. I have only one request. Please give me at least in a month, once in a month, you give me like a podcast like this so that my viewership will also be increased because of you. And people would, I'm really saying this, people would really love to hear you in English because you have a very good fan base in South and people would love to hear you in English. I promise this, after this video, you will get many comments on that. More English videos of Ajit Bharti we need. So I request you on a humble request, like once in a month or once in 45 days, you give us an English interview because I am also in Delhi only, so I can travel and come here and take a podcast of yours. And that's the thing. And thank you so much because I know like whenever you're comfortable in one language, you would try to maintain that only. And thank you so much for trying this English podcast. I hope viewers will love it. And thank you so much, Ajit ji. Thank you.